All right, welcome to part two of my drawing journey, I guess. And today is going to be a quick one, and it was actually going to be super quick. It was going to be less than 4 minutes, so I actually had to uh, have have the speed of each of the drawings so that I could actually get out what I want to say. But all of these drawings, they look sort of different than what you would probably expect, and this is because I actually drew these for a project for my health class a year ago. And as you can see from that first one, the theme is like different monsters. And because it was for just a health class, I didn't take much time on any of these. But as you saw in the first one, it was a severed arm that could crawl around on its own. And it's still to this day probably one of the best hands I ever drawn. This one is just a bunch of different people coming out from one pair of legs. And if you're wondering why I drew these for a health class, it was like supposed to be the effects of drugs, I think, on the body. I don't know. So I just drew a whole bunch of abominations. And if you remember from the last episode, my buddy TJ, he actually drew some of these too. So I'm not sure if he has them posted on his channel or something, but yeah, he did a few of them too. So this is the second one. Then there's two more after this, and then we'll be moving on to some other drawings. As for this series, there's going to be about 2, maybe 3 more episodes after this. And after this episode, we will be getting into what I call, quote unquote, the modern era of drawings. And I just call it that because they are very representative of how I draw today. And like, you can still see some growth, but at that point, it's just me showing off my drawings, being the little attention seeker that I am. This drawing that he did, I remember showing it to my mom, and she's like, "Ooh, I don't like this one." She was definitely creeped out by it. But yeah, I really like how all of these turned out. Really, like, they're unrefined, but they have a nice charm to them, so I like them. And we're getting to the end of this one. And for all of these, it's real simple. I just did a sketch, line art, drawing, simple shading. That's it. For this one, I think I drew this before Among Us became a popular thing, but you can definitely see that it looks very similar to Among Us with the half torso. And I worked quite a bit on the head for this one. It goes through lots of iterations before I just went with a simple, nice and cute design. I will say, if I spent longer on the open mouth version, I think it would have actually looked a lot creepier, but it's not supposed to look super creepy. It was supposed to be actually implemented in a Pokemon-esque game that I was making for the health class, but as you could probably imagine, that is way harder than I originally intended it to be, and even with TJ working with me, we did not get anywhere close to it. But yeah, this is the last one that I drew for the project, and then now we're moving on to some things that I just drew for myself. The first one being a frog. This one I actually really like. It's very cute, and these next two, I just originally intended to be like stickers. And you can definitely be able to tell it with the way the outlining is done. But yeah, I really like how these turned out. There was supposed to be a third one of these stickers. Right now there's 2. The next one will be coming up. But there was supposed to be a third one of a bunch of raccoons. And if I find the time, I'll actually take a picture of the raccoons and insert it like here, I think. Top left. I don't know. But I actually drew raccoons later on. Well, one raccoon. But it's definitely not the sticker style that these ones are. But originally there was supposed to be a whole bunch of raccoons in this same sticker style. And these ones, they did take a little bit longer for me to draw, so I have time to just blabber off, I guess. Other things that I plan on doing on this channel. Eventually, once I fill up my sketchbook, I'll probably do a tour of that. The only problem is that the way that I did it is very hard for me to actually do a tour because it's not in chronological order, because the way I do it is I basically just open up to a random page and then just draw. That's it for the frog. And then the last one. This one I really like. It's the mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I remember as a kid I got one of those boxes that you grow mushrooms in, except I completely messed it up because you're supposed to scratch the front side of it. Meanwhile, I scraped the entire front side off instead. So no mushrooms were actually able to grow. But yeah, I really want to make mushrooms again. Also, these mushrooms, these red and white dotted ones, they are poisonous, though I want to clear up a misconception about them. While they are poisonous, they'll probably only give you just like bad diarrhea and not much else. You hear all the time like, oh, those red and white mushrooms that you see in like Mario and stuff, those are poisonous. They won't kill you. They'll just give you a bad stomach ache. And you can see me bringing back another color palette thing in the top left. This one I did not make. I got it from somewhere else. But it worked. Like, there's not much to say about the color palette other than it works. But once again, like, there are definitely some colors that you can't actually find there, which is why I don't use, like, predetermined color palettes anymore. And for this one, I did a bit of a different shading technique, and you might have actually saw it with the last drawing of the last episode, where I did normal cell shading, but then I smoothed it out to give it a bit more of a textured look. And this time I actually didn't completely smooth it out, that way it could have, like, the grainy look that the stocks tend to have. And, like, I think I sort of got that feel, but it's definitely not what I had intended. I'm not actually sure what I'm doing here. Oh, okay. There's I'm just drawing in the dark parts right now. Okay. But yeah. Back to what I want to do in the future of this channel. Like, maybe, so, like, I'll see if I can do the sketchbook tour, but other than that, I'll probably do some drawing challenges with TJ, as I said earlier. I actually found out how to do split screen using iMovie, so that's pretty poggers. Did I just say poggers? Oh. But yeah, other than that, I'll probably just do these time lapses. And let me know if you prefer this sort of time lapse where it's just a static image of the drawing, or where like I actually show where I zoom in, where I'm drawing at, that sort of thing. Because I don't know. This one's a bit easier to watch and commentate over, but the other one, like, the other way is more entertaining to watch. So, just let me know, and I will see you guys next time.